National Indigenous Peoples Day was a busy time for the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake, with several events being held in the surrounding area, including the renaming of Amhurst Street in Montreal to Atateken. Chief Kahsennenhawe Sky-Deer was in the borough of Lachine for a momentous occasion that saw a street naming and an exchange of gifts.
So today's events was a commemoration for Lachine naming a street Skanya-Deradi, which is the Ganyageha word for other side of the river. And it's a new street, and they thought it was important to forge a new relationship moving forward. The only commemoration that they had of the history between our two communities, unfortunately, was that of the Lachine massacre that occurred in like the 1700s. So the mayor and I, because they are in the process of getting their museums renovated and up to speed, and they know that we are in the process of looking to develop a new cultural center, museum, and theater in Kahnawake, that we talked about potentially collaborating, and because they have a lot of artifacts that belong to us, a protocol for repatriation. So it was kind of significant that on today is National Indigenous Day, or June 21st, that a ceremony like this took place and an exchange of gifts. So she provided to the community of Kahnawake a tomahawk that was apparently found in Kahnawake at some point. I think she said in the 1940s, and was housed here in Lachine for many years. So they returned that to us, as well a book from the Dominion Bridge, and it has a list of all the names of persons who had ever worked on the bridge. So there's numerous names of individuals from Kahnawake listed in this book. And then what I gave to her in return was a Iroquois water drum. Of course, we know it is the water, the St. Lawrence River, that connects and divides our two communities. And because there's a long-standing history between us with water being symbolic, and the water drum is what we use for social songs, ceremony songs. So that is what we gave for them to house in their museum to commemorate today's events.
At another event that day, Grand Chief Joseph Tokwiro Norton and Chief Harry Rice were present at the unveiling of a new plaque at the Bank of Montreal headquarters in Old Montreal, which replaced a plaque with inaccurate and offensive language.
Basically, it kind of said that here in this location, the Iroquois chief or Iroquois warrior was strangled. And it was very degrading. So what we did was collaboration with the officials from BMO, myself, Christine Diom Zachary, Michael Rice, and Gaetan Ole, came up with some new words. And now the wording is more culturally appropriate. It says that we've been fighting for in our existence on the island of Montreal for thousands of years. It was short, sweet, but it was very productive. I think that hats off to BMO for understanding our point of view, and hats off to the City of Montreal for also helping participate in it.
The day before, Grand Chief Joseph Tokwiro Norton, along with other representatives from Kahnawake, were in Verdun for the inauguration of the Verdun beach.
Well, it's in appreciation for the support that the City of Montreal and the borough of Verdun provided us, to support what we're the Rec Bay in Kahnawake, and to go to bat for us with the federal government, provincial government, to help secure funding for that particular project. So we have to show our appreciation for stuff like that. And they asked us to come here and participate, in this opening.
There was a time when we were never consulted about anything, and many of us were made poor in many ways by that process. At least here, you have different jurisdictions at least attempting to reach out and accept that there's a duty to consult us, which goes beyond whether we live here or not. It has to do with what lives in the river, what lives in the water. And as Joe said, what's good for the river is good for us.
The partnership, first of all, it was really important for us, for Montreal community, to asking at the community, Mohawk community, the collaboration, and if they want to know if they agree with this project, because here specifically in Verdun, we have a big link with the Mohawk community, Kahnawake specifically, and also it was a traditional fishing plan. So that's why if you want to make an intervention, want to make something, it was really important to receive the agreement from the Mohawk community. So that's why now it's a step. It's a beautiful step, but it's not the last step. That will be a beautiful friendship for the future between the.
It was very good. I think they benefited from it too, in more ways than one. And to be here today, that's why I said the words. You know, you are fortunate people because of the fact that you can do stuff like this. You know, pick a spot, go and do it on the river. We can't. We have very limited access to the river, and it's nice to see something like this. And they in turn understood our situation, so that's why they went and they supported us, and they'll continue to support us until our project is finished in the Wreck Bay.